Now, the most watched news in the Panhandle. The Early Show on News Channel 10.
Well, recent satellite images have been released from the deadly Malaysia Airlines crash in eastern Ukraine. We have them here. I want you to take a look at this. The image that you see here, it's covering a 1,300-acre area. Look at that.
Curry County residents are not happy with the Gentlemen's Club opening up soon.
Well, you may need to add some extra time for your morning commute because of some area lane closures on I-27. This is by 45th. Right-hand lane is going to be closed for paving. Also on I-27, expect delays in both directions from the frontage roads from Bell all the way to Sundown. And on I-40, continued lane closures by Coulter Street Bridge.
2 North Carolina parents are behind bars this morning after being accused of leaving their infant son in a hot car. Coming up on the early show, tensions continue to escalate between Israel and Hamas, the latest on the crisis.
Plus, recent reports show major problems for a popular retailer. We're going to have those stories next. Well, the phrase "love will conquer all" may be the inspiration behind a recent social media trend.
The latest hashtag to promote peace in the Middle East.
Well, the summer heat is here. It means energy costs are on the rise. News Channel 10 spoke with a local AC expert who tells us we can make our homes more energy efficient.
The problems may be presented to you at the grocery store.
We're going to explain how area grocery stores are being affected from a nationwide fruit recall.
General Motors and its main Chinese partner are recalling nearly 20,000 imported vehicles to replace defective seat bolts. GM says the defect might allow seats to descend to their lowest position, possibly causing a safety hazard.
A cattle truck is turned on its side this morning on 287 North. That's on the way to Dumas. Now, the latest reports that we have, 36 head of cattle on the roadway there.
Recent test results are showing the vitamin niacin, also known as B3, can lead to an increased risk of bleeding, diabetes, even death. The supplement has been used for decades to prevent heart disease. One local cardiologist says those taking the vitamin should take precaution.
Well, in sports, the Texas Rangers look like the Rangers we're all used to seeing last night, powering 5 home runs in a 16-0 bout of the Chicago White Sox. Now, this victory not only snapped a 4-game losing streak, but it was the largest shutout victory in team history.
California police are deciding whether or not to arrest an 80-year-old man who shot and killed a suspected burglar. A California jury has convicted 2 women of kicking a 3rd woman to death during a fight outside a nightclub. Candace Brito and Vanessa Zavala were found guilty of voluntary manslaughter, also assault for the attack. They were acquitted of the more serious charge of 2nd-degree murder. Prosecutors say Brito and Zavala kicked Annie Kim Pham in the head after she was knocked down outside the Crosby nightclub. The 23-year-old Pham was declared brain dead and removed from life support 2 days later.
A man who allegedly threatened to shoot employees at an Amarillo Walmart has police on the lookout this morning. Skellytown residents are under a boil water notice this morning because of the water main break there. Before using it to drink, cook, or make ice, residents are required to boil water for at least 2 minutes.
One area resident speaking out in distress over her roofing issues.
We're going to explain how you can avoid having this problem happen to you. Still to come, a computer virus is spreading. It's becoming a problem for area residents.
How you can avoid the bug infecting your computer when the early show continues. Coming up on the early show, we have the latest on the new developments in the search for a missing Oregon woman.
And 2 infected Americans with Ebola have made their way home. We have the latest on that ongoing story next. Well, good morning to you at 6:30 this morning on the early show. An important alert for your family this morning. A scam could be right under your nose in the form of your electricity service. Plus, one Tennessee student, she's suspended after saying a common courtesy. We'll tell you what it was next. Well, a social media oops is getting a lot of attention in Kentucky. We're going to explain when the early show continues.
A slow-moving landslide in Utah has forced dozens of people out of their homes. This video is incredible. 4 houses are said to be in immediate danger. 27 homes have been evacuated as a precaution. So far, only 1 home has been destroyed in the landslide. Neighbors say the problem started more than a week ago when developers started prepping lots in the area at the top of the hill. Crews are moving soil around, trying to relieve the pressure along that hillside.
Growing safety concerns because of a new marijuana product with a consistency of lip balm. Now, local drug expert says that THC, the concentration in that substance, is 80% compared to regular marijuana's concentration of 15. That's increasing the risk of overdose. She also says that it gets users higher at a faster rate. This morning on the immigration crisis, 2 protests in front of the McAllen Border Patrol Station, both sides voicing their opinion about this ongoing humanitarian crisis. Take a look. We do have breaking news about a Texas doctor who contracted the Ebola virus. We're going to have more at that story coming up at 6:30. We'll tell you where he's being released to. Slain American journalist James Foley was no stranger to war zones in the Middle East, and more than once he put his life on the line to cover a conflict. Brian Shelter has his story.